Starting in standing mountain pose. Palms facing forward, rolling our shoulders back. And taking a few deep breaths in through our nose and sighing it out through our mouth. Noticing the muscles in our faces soften. And the rising and falling sensation of our rib cage. Letting our breath assume its natural rhythm in and out through the nose. And checking in with the body, the mood, the energy, areas of lightness and darkness. Areas of comfort or discomfort. Just checking in. Taking a moment to set an intention for our practice today. Working to maintain our presence in the moment, focusing on our breath and physical sensations to anchor ourselves to the here and now. Releasing our hands, allowing them to relax at the side of our body. We'll start off today with adding some dynamic movements and breath work with our breath of joy. 3 inhalations and 1 exhalation with our arms moving and into a forward fold. So inhale, 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 and exhale. We roll up gently. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, as vigorously or as gently as we desire, to our speed. Sighing it out. Three more. Holding in our forward fold. Pressing into the back of the legs. Gently getting a sense of what's happening, where the tightness might be held. We'll slowly start to work through it, bringing our awareness to those areas of tightness. We'll slowly roll ourselves up, stacking the vertebrae one at a time, shoulders and head. Bringing ourselves back to our starting position. And we'll continue with our dynamic movements, floating through our squat sequence and forward fold. Inhaling, reaching our arms above our heads, palms together. Exhale, we lower through Malasana squat. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, rolling ourselves up. And again, we go to our speed, to the rhythm of our breath. Enjoying the pauses at the top and the bottom. Getting out of the sequence what we need it to be to warm ourselves up and to connect with our movement and breath. Three more. Hopefully starting to feel that we're opening the body, working through kinks and tightness. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center, and we meet here. Taking a few deep breaths in between. And we'll add a few extra movements to the same sequence. Coming to the top of our mat. We're going to inhale, reaching our arms up, hollow hold. Exhale, we come into our Malasana squat. We're going to come onto our knees here, one at a time or both together. And we'll reach back, camel pose, holding here. Working through the shoulders, the chest, down the arms. Opening the front body, pressing the hips forward. Good. Coming back to center. We're going to extend our left leg out. All the way out. We're going to reach our left arm over our faces and reach our right hand for our back foot. Gentle twist, reaching for the foot or the floor. Pressing the hips forward. And we gently come out of that. And we'll switch sides. Gentle transition. Right leg extends. Right arm comes up and over. And we reach back either for the foot or the floor. Gentle back bend. Beautiful. Coming out of that, we come back into Malasana. And we roll ourselves up. Inhaling, exhaling. All the way up, inhaling, exhaling, hands to heart center. And we'll go through that sequence again. Taking a deep breath in between. Inhaling, hollow hold. Reaching up, opening our front body. Exhaling, sinking through Malasana squat. Coming onto our knees. And floating our way back into camel pose. Feet can be flat, or we can drive our toes into the mat. Lowering ourselves gently, using our core, and then pressing into the front, into the arms, across the chest, feeling that opening. Good. We come out of that, again, using our core, extending our left leg out. And then we come into our twist. Left arm comes over, right hand grabs for the foot or the floor. Gentle spinal twist as we continue to open the front of our body. Good. Coming out of that, using the abdomen, and we'll switch sides. Right leg extends. We reach up with the right hand. We come into our twist. Pressing the hips forward, opening the front body. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. Good. Coming out of that, using the abdomen, coming back to center, and we're going to come into a forward puppy pose here. So extending the arms, walking the knees back, lowering our chest and our chin to the earth. Perhaps the forehead opening through the back. And we'll walk the hands back slightly to come into a child's pose. Noticing how the lower back starts to shift. Bringing our hands under our forehead as desired. And noticing the sensations in the spine. Good. And we're going to draw ourselves back up, pushing ourselves back into Malasana squat. We'll roll ourselves back up and go through the sequence again. So inhale, forward fold. Exhale, we roll ourselves up, stacking the vertebrae, shoulders and head. Inhale, reaching the arms up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll take a couple of deep breaths here. Sighing it out. One more. Inhaling. Arms come into our hollow hold. Exhale, hands to heart center, coming into our Malasana squat. Lengthening through the spine, pressing our elbows into our inner thighs or inside of our knees. Creating a little traction to create space between the vertebrae. Good, we come onto our knees again. We come into our gentle twist, extending our left leg out. Left arm comes up and over our faces. We reach back with the right hand, reaching for the foot, the ankle, the shin, or the floor. Pressing the hips forward. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. And we come out of that, using our abdomen, we switch sides. Right leg extends. Right arm over our shoulder, and we reach back with the left. Pressing into the left shoulder, the chest. Breathing space into the lower back. And getting a sense of all the physical sensations running through our whole body. Good. Coming out of that, gentle rotation to center using the abdomen. We bring both legs underneath and we'll walk our hands out again. This time our puppy pose will take a twist, so threading the right arm through the left, coming onto our right shoulder and right ear. Option to bring the left arm behind our back. Option to keep it floating over our head. Calm, steady rhythm of breath, nourishing all the tissues in the spine, the shoulder, the upper back. Good. We'll roll out of that, supporting ourselves with our left arm, walking the right arm out, and then threading the left through, coming onto the left shoulder, left ear. And again, we can bring our right arm behind our back if desired, or keep it floating over our head. Bringing our right hand towards our face, we push ourselves up. We sink back into our child's pose, walking the arms out, sinking the hips back towards the heel. And again, allowing the lower back and spine to assume its natural curvature. Noticing how gravity takes hold. We can bring our hands under our forehead in a fist or flat. Breathing space into any areas of discomfort. And we'll draw ourselves all the way through. We'll step back into Malasana squat. We inhale, forward folding. Exhaling, rolling ourselves up, stacking the vertebrae, shoulders and head. Inhale, reaching the arms up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center, taking a couple of big breaths here. And we'll go through that sequence one more time. Inhaling, hollow hold, opening the front body. Exhale, hands to heart center. We sink through Malasana squat. Holding here. Good. Bringing our knees to the earth. Camel pose. Extending our arms back. Hips come forward. We use our core to lower back slowly, and then we press into our shoulders and arms. Yummy. Coming out of this gently, sinking the hips back and using the core again. Extending our left leg out. Left arm reaches up, and we come over to the right side, grabbing the foot or the floor, pressing into our right shoulder, the chest, opening our front body. Noticing how every time we've come through this, our sensations are slightly different. Good. Coming out of that, using our core, bringing our left foot in, extending the right. Right arm comes up. We reach over, grabbing the left hand to the left foot or floor, opening our chest, opening our abdomen. Calm, steady rhythm of breath. And we'll come out of that slowly, reaching forward, coming back to center, bringing both feet underneath us. And we're going to come wide on our mat, opening our knees and walking our arms out. So coming into an extended wide child's pose and a frog, and we can rock forwards and backwards. Noticing what happens in the inner thighs. And we can come into a comfortable frog position, allowing the inner thighs to open a little more as we support ourselves on our forearms. And then we can press back, pressing our glutes towards our heels. Noticing this shift in sensations. Perhaps we're noticing where we hold a little tension. And we can come forward again. Supporting ourselves. And we can push back. Beautiful. Walking the hands in. We're going to come up and we'll slowly float over onto our glutes and come into somewhat of an easy seated pose, either with our right foot in front or our right foot on top. Grabbing a sip of water might be a good idea at this point. Good. We're going to take our left arm. We're going to reach it over our shoulders. We'll slowly walk our right hand over into a side bend, reaching the left arm tall while anchoring through the left hip, not letting it lift off the ground. Breathing into any areas of stickiness or heaviness. Seeing if we can't bring a little heat to that area to melt it away. Noticing if we're transferring any energy to our jaw. Good, and we'll press out of that, pushing up with the right hand. We'll switch sides. Right hand comes over the right shoulder. We walk the hand out over to the left. Noticing how this side might be slightly different from the other. Providing the support we need. Making sure that we're reaching the right hand up while anchoring through the right hip. long, steady rhythm of breath. If it accelerates, we can push back on our pose, releasing a bit of intensity. And inhaling, coming up. We'll lift both hands over our shoulders. Inhaling. Exhaling, we come to forward fold. Bringing our hands to the earth or our block. Noticing our hips firmly connected. We melt forward slowly as the hips allow and create space. Good. We'll walk our hands in and we'll stack our right foot over and across. So we have the option here to simply hug the knee in, listening to the hip flexor, or we can extend our left arm across and come into a gentle twist. Right hand comes behind us. We look over our shoulder. We can push the arm against the thigh, or we can hug the knee in, exploring and deciding what feels best for us. Lengthening through the torso, gazing over our shoulder. Noticing any patterns of energy. I'm feeling it from my left shoulder blade across to my right shoulder and neck. And we can release out of that, giving our legs a little wiggle, extending them out front. And then we'll switch sides. So the right leg tucks in, the left comes in front or on top, whatever we choose. And we'll come into our side bends to start. Inhaling, left arm comes up. Exhaling, we walk our right hand out. Supporting and anchoring the left hip to the mat. Feeling our sit bone connected and supporting ourselves to not collapse into the pose. Reaching high, noticing how that intensifies the stretch through the left side of the body. Good, pushing ourselves up, inhaling. Resetting in the center, and we inhale, reaching our right arm up. We come over to a side bend to the left. Once again, noticing how we might be different on this side as opposed to the other. We give ourselves the support and time we need. Reaching tall, noticing how that opens the side body. Nourishing breaths to create space. Two more breaths. We push out of that, inhaling. Resetting in the center, and then we inhale, lifting both arms above our shoulders. Exhaling, forward fold, bringing our hands to the earth wherever they connect naturally. And we'll slowly melt into our hips. Seeing if we can't maintain a tall torso, finding that length from the tailbone through to the crown of the head. Making the pose fit our bodies, getting out of it what we need. Breathing light and warmth into any space of discomfort, noticing it melt away, or at very least transform. And on the next inhale, we'll press ourselves up, walking the hands in, and we'll open our legs wide, reaching our ankles and our feet towards the corners of our mat. And we can press ourselves forward, keeping our toes flexed up to the sky. And we'll walk our hands out. Ooh, wide angle pose here. Working through the inner thighs, slowly and gently. Supporting with our hands on the floor or a block, our forearms. Exploring with curiosity. And slowly starting to release some of the tension that we may be holding. Checking in that our toes are still pointed up. No stress, we're not pushing ourselves too far, too fast. Three more big breaths. And we'll slowly walk our hands in, stacking the vertebrae. Releasing the feet, rolling them, pointing, flexing, and then we can bring the knees in. And we'll come into a Dandasana, wiggling out the legs. Wiggling the feet. Inhaling, reaching our arms all the way up. Exhale, we hinge forward, pointing the toes to the sky, feeling the yummy energy down the back of our legs, perhaps even up through our back. We can hold a passive pose here, or we can pulse forward, reaching our hands towards our feet, tucking our chin to our chest. Building the collagen through the back body. Breaking up the cobwebs. Those little microfibers. The fascia that starts to break down, become brittle. Holding tension day after day. We're here to nourish, to reset the body. Yeah, we'll slowly roll ourselves up, stacking the vertebrae, shoulders and head, and we'll come down. Lying down with our feet hip width apart, we'll slowly lower ourselves, One vertebrae at a time, using our abdomen, and then allowing the lower back to assume its natural curvature, bringing our feet about hip width apart. And we'll do another dynamic flow, hugging ourselves in and then opening ourselves up. So we'll start with our feet together, butterflying the legs, bottoms of the feet touching. Arms will come into a cactus. This is our opening position. We take a deep breath in here. And then we can close ourselves up, hugging our knees to our chest, chin to chest. Exhaling. Inhaling, we open, bringing our feet to butterfly, our arms to cactus. Exhale, we can hug ourselves back in. Finding a flow that suits us to the rhythm of our breath. Noticing the light that fills our chest and our heart with our inhalations. We connect to the universe, drawing in all the skills, talents, characteristics that we might need to be our authentic selves. Drawing in patience, love, compassion, determination. And then releasing our talents and superpowers to the earth and to the universe so that we positively affect those around us in our interactions, in our actions and words. We'll do 3 more. Two more. Floating through, drawing on the universe, drawing in what we need. And opening ourselves up to give back beauty, love, and positivity. Opening ourselves up into our cactus butterfly. Holding here for a few breaths. Now bringing our left hand to our heart and our right hand to our belly. Bringing awareness to the connection of our mind-body in that information highway that runs from our gut to our mind and our mind to our gut. Bringing our knees together. We'll walk our left foot over to the outer edge of the mat, and we'll cross our right leg over in a figure 4 or eagle. We can slowly lower the knees towards the right side of the mat, opening our arms or lifting them over our heads, whatever feels comfortable. Finding a place for our hands. Bring our awareness to our breath, that steady in and out through the nose. And the awareness that we bring to our areas of discomfort. Taking this time to nourish them and to notice their transformations and perhaps even celebrate them. Recognizing that we're never stuck, that we are always in progress, works in progress. Sometimes all we need is to create space for those transformations to take place naturally in our bodies and our minds. Inhaling, lifting our knees back up. We untwine. We bring our right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Left foot comes over, either in figure 4 or eagle. Try both and keep whichever feels most comfortable. Allowing us to open through the back, through the hip, to focus on our breath and to create that space. Help us reset for the days ahead and to work through anything that may have accumulated over the past week. One more big breath here. And we'll slowly stack our knees, untwisting. And we can hug the knees in one at a time. Rocking, pulsing, or finding stillness. Wiggling the feet. And taking the time we need on the mat to imprint our practice. Perhaps floating into Shavasana. Or perhaps rolling over and up. Coming back to the space around us. The sounds, the temperature, the smells. Taking a moment to reflect on the intention that we may have set at the beginning of our practice. Perhaps solidifying it or modifying it for the days ahead. With smiles on our faces and lightness in our hearts, we give thanks for the opportunity to connect, to move our bodies, to connect to our own bodies, and to create space in our minds for newness to come in. Thank you for joining me on your journey, allowing me the space in your life, and for continuing to practice with me. I wish you a beautiful continuation. Namaste.